Payments, net 30 or net 90?
Is that a real question? Net 1, like net 30.
You heard it here first, net 1.
Net 1.
Meet Social Pro from Opinion, the #1 social media management platform in property management. Create once. Publish everywhere. Publish all the content that matters, stories, posts, reels, tweets, and more. From Facebook to Instagram and beyond, Social Pro lets you create beautiful, optimized content in seconds.
Send posts to every major social network, instantly or on a schedule, all with just one click. Easily stay on brand using built-in Canva integration, premium stock photos, and custom watermarks. One inbox. Every comment, DM, and mention all in one place. Measure what matters with clear insights into top posts, audience growth, and engagement stats across all locations. Collaborate, post, schedule, create. Social Pro elevates resident engagement with AI-powered simplicity.
Social Pro from Opinion. Elevate your brand. Engage your residents.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Student Housing Insight Podcast. I'm your host, Wesley Deese. I'm also the CEO of Student Housing Insight. This is your first time finding Student Housing Insight. A little bit of background on us. We're a platform for off-campus student housing professionals to network, share ideas, as well as data. You can find out more about our platform at studenthousinginsight.com. And in addition to the podcast, we also host the industry's monthly webinar for the U.S. called SHI Talk. Each month, we provide legislative and policy updates that are impacting our industry. SHI Talk also provides a monthly overview of pre-leasing data on a national and a regional basis, along with a panel of operators who provide their on-the-ground observations. And we typically provide a topic of the month as well. So a lot of great information. And if you are involved with the operations of student housing in the U.S. in any kind of way, you should be registered to receive our monthly invites. And you can register to receive those as well as review prior SHI Talk webinars by going to SHI.Talk.info. Again, that website is SHI.Talk.info, and we'll provide that link in the show notes as well. Well, today is a pretty special episode. This is one of our content creations from our ambassadors, and I'm always excited to introduce our ambassadors to the podcast. So, with no further ado, Courtney Colegrove with Four Spaces. How are you doing, Courtney?
I'm doing well on this chilly Friday morning. How are you?
It's so we're getting ready for Ice-Mageddon, and I've got my, I mentioned to you as we were prepping, I've got my pool salt because all of the ice melt is sold out at every store in the Charlotte area. So we'll see how we get through this, but I trust you're in a warm place and everything is you've got everything bolted down and ready to go through this.
Yeah, we're prepared for the worst. We got that generator on deck, so we'll see what happens.
Well, hey, you became a part of our ambassador program this past year, and as a first-year ambassador, you're tasked with putting together some type of creative content project for the platform. And you and your mentor, John at Dinnerstein, came up with an idea that I think this is really your idea. I think he jumped on the coattails a little bit, and but it was something that nobody else had. I'd kind of thought about doing this in the past at conferences and stuff, but Didn't really know the best way to present it and how I was going to do it. And you guys really evolved it. And we started talking about some names, and we said, I really want to do SHI Talks or Shit Talks for sure. But before we get into talking about that and going through some SHI Talks that you recently recorded, I wanted to make sure that you were introduced to our audience, and if you can kind of give a little bit of background of your student housing journey, I'd like to share that with everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Courtney Colegrove. As you said, I've been in the space for about 15 years. I think I have a pretty similar journey as what we hear a lot of in this industry. It started
Fell into it.
Started as a resident assistant back in college, was finding a way to pay for college, pay for my housing. Did this all 4 years back in college, went and got my master's, was applying for jobs, wasn't getting anywhere, and a full-time position opened where I'd worked all throughout, my part-time career throughout college, and said, sure, I'll take this job. It'll just be my job to get by until I fall into what I went to. I went and got my master's in public health. So that's what I'm going to end up doing. And here we are 15 years later. So I think it's a similar story to where we've all kind of joined into this, but it's a really fulfilling career. It's rewarding. You're pivoting every single day. Every single day is a new day and a new challenge. So it certainly keeps you on your toes. But it's been a really rewarding journey. I'm with Core Spaces now, fantastic company, robust pipeline with growth, really strong leadership. So joining up with these forces and then also coming on with the SHI ambassadorship has been really rewarding for me in the journey of my career so far.
Well, you've been a fantastic addition, and appreciate all the help and support that you've given to the platform this past year. And looking forward, we've actually got our first virtual huddle later this afternoon, or later this morning, I should say. And you'll be getting your mentee assignment this year. So excited to see what you guys do together. But public health and student housing management, I got to say, there's got to be some overlap there.
Certainly, I'll tell you this. I got my bachelor's in psychology, and you're shocked at how much that gets applied day to day. So the public health, I was on the admin side. So you're certainly doing all kinds of admin on the ops side of this industry. So it all plays into each other. I've gotten to take that experience and apply it here as much as possible.
Well, so SHI Talks are kind of now our man on the street type of content. Tell me a little bit, what was the inspiration for it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're all very akin to podcasts in this industry and in this realm. We are used to formal interviews, and we really need those insights, from our leaders with the data, with the statistics. That's really what joins us all together and enriches all of the information and experiences that we have. With that said, at the end of the day, we are all people, and we are working with each other as people, and we're networking with each other as people. And so it was important to me that we kind of take this opportunity to break away from something that's more so formal and have more informal discussions with our leaders and with our up and coming leaders in the industry to showcase who they are really as people. At the end of the day, we're people leaders and we're peers of each other. So we really wanted to showcase those personalities and some humor along the way. And what better way to do so than a man on the street, Vox Populi type format, which has become quite popular when we look at content creation as a whole.
Yeah. And the way that we'll be putting these out in the future, even the ones that we're sharing today on this podcast, will be shorts on YouTube and our other channels. So make sure that you're subscribing to those channels, and specifically to the Shit Talks playlist for sure. So, hey, you and I were both recently at LeaseCon, TurnCon back in December. You took that opportunity to have a couple of conversations with both operators, folks on the operation side, as well as some folks on the vendor supplier side. So I want to jump into it. First up, we've got our suppliers. Anything you want to talk about, who you're talking to, or what were the inspiration behind the questions? What maybe folks should really kind of lean in and take away?
Really, with speaking up to the vendors in this space, we wanted to pull them out and say, again, at the end of the day, we're managing relationships here. So we were looking for those vendors that are easy to talk to, that are going out of their way to reach out. This is more of an intimate conference, LeaseCon, TurnCon. So it's a really great opportunity to kind of pull people aside and have more of those, quote unquote, intimate conversations. So we tried to ask questions that maybe we're used to hearing from time to time in conversations, and also throw them off a little bit just to get some genuine, authentic responses here. And I think that's what we see in those conversations with our vendors. We want to throw them a little bit for a loop just to get that authenticity throughout the questioning versus something that you're really preparing for. That was something that was unique to what we're doing here now. We would give them a high level overview of here's what we're going in to do. We're going to ask you kind of rapid fire 10 to 15 questions, and we just want to hear what you have to say right off the top of your head. So yeah, you'll see people kind of second guess themselves on some of their answers or rethink right before they say something, but there's no wrong answers here. It's just kind of hearing you out as people, and we're setting people up for success with the responses that they're giving us.
Well, perfect. Well, let's show a few of those now, and we'll come back on the outro and talk about what's ahead for the next year.
Courtney Colegrove with Student Housing Insight, and we're here at LeaseCon, TurnCon 2025 with
Alex Bennett with opinion.
Perfect. Now we're going to start off with some shit talks. All right. What's the fastest way for a client to become your favorite?
Go golfing with me.
What's your most common urgent call from a client?
Just to say thanks so much. We really appreciate opinion.
Would you rather deal with last minute approvals or last minute cancellations?
Last minute approvals or last minute cancellations? Last minute approvals.
A net 30 paid late or a net 90 paid on time?
Net 90 paid on time.
Would you rather deal with a tight budget or a tight timeline?
I like a tight timeline.
Okay. A property with money but no organization, or a property with organization but no money?
Well, I'd have to say a property with organization.
Okay.
Yeah.
A property manager who micromanages or a property manager who disappears?
There's no middle ground there?
This or that?
What? Okay. I would say micromanages.
Okay. Would you rather be ghosted on approvals or ghosted on payments?
I hate being ghosted. It hurts my feelings.
This or that?
Okay. I'd be ghosted on approvals.
Okay. One super demanding property or 10 easy ones that all need something at once?
10 easy ones that need everything at once.
What's one upgrade or service that properties should absolutely not cheap out on?
Resident experience management. I'm a little biased though.
Okay. What's one service offering that properties should absolutely cheap out on?
Well, that is a good question. I don't know if I have a good answer for that.
Okay. What's the nicest thing a client has ever done for your team?
Christmas gifts. Spending time with us is the biggest thing. We like, even when coming here and seeing friends and clients and spending, I think, quality time, that could be my love language, it could be it for me, but that's what's most important to us.
Yeah. Well, you heard it here first. We're going back to LeaseCon, TurnCon 2025. Hi, this is Courtney Colegrove with Student Housing Insight. We are here at LeaseCon, TurnCon 2025 with
Anthony with Lease Magnets.
Anthony with Lease Magnets, and we're going to be talking about a couple quick questions here with shit talks. All right. What's the fastest way for a client to become your favorite?
For me, they have to laugh at my jokes. Every single one of them. And they're my favorite.
Perfect. What's your most common urgent call that you receive?
We need another one. Another video. That's what they say.
Would you rather have last minute approvals or last minute cancellations?
Last minute cancellations.
Payments, net 30 or net 90?
Is that a real question? Net 1, like net 30.
You heard it here first, net 1.
Net 1.
We need this done tomorrow, or we forgot to budget for this?
We need this done tomorrow.
Okay. Would you rather deal with a tight budget or a tight timeline?
Ooh, tight timeline.
Would you rather deal with a property that has money but no organization, or they have organization but no money?
Honey, you can have the money. Give it to me. We'll work out the rest.
Would you rather deal with a property manager who micromanages or a property manager who disappears?
This is going to be interesting. Micromanages.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Would you rather be ghosted on approvals or being ghosted on payments?
It's the same thing. Ghosted on approval. Yeah.
Would you rather have one super demanding property or 10 easy ones that all need something at once?
10 demanding.
Okay.
10 demanding, yeah.
What's one upgrade or one service that properties should stop cheaping out on?
Actors,
Okay.
actors, and AI photos.
Okay. And what's one property upgrade or service that they should absolutely cheap out on?
Lease AI.
Last question. What is the nicest thing a client has ever done for your team?
They bought us some dinner.
Bought you dinner?
Bought dinner.
You heard it here first. We have Anthony with Lease Magnets, and we're going back into LeaseCon, TurnCon 2025.
I love both Alex and Tony. They've been a part of LeaseCon, TurnCon for the past, I don't know, at least 4 years, maybe longer. Love everything that both Opinion and Lease Magnets are doing. So big thank you to those guys for spending a little bit of time with Courtney. So next up, we've got a couple of operators. One that you know really well, Jordan, that works at Core Spaces. And Jordan's always good for some quick answers. So looking forward to hearing that one. And then we've also got Jake from over at Caliber, who are making a lot of moves this year. So excited to hear from him. So let's get into that now.
Hi, this is Courtney Colegrove with Student Housing Insight. We are at LeaseCon, TurnCon 2025 with
Jordan Verdean,
who is
the Vice President of Sales and Leasing at Core Spaces.
So we're going to kick it off today with some shit talks. So to get started, what's more chaotic, a new development opening week or an acquisition first week transition?
An acquisition first week transition.
Who is tougher to deal with, parents or residents?
Parents.
What's more stressful, setting rates or defending them?
Defending them.
Which is worse, being understaffed or over budget?
Understaffed.
What's the real villain, construction delays or unrealistic timelines?
Unrealistic timelines.
What's your hot take, concessions work or concessions ruin everything?
Concessions ruin everything.
What is the most universally feared email subject line in student housing?
Probably, I have a leak.
I have a leak. One word to describe move-in day.
Fun.
What's the hill you die on in student housing?
That your property manager is in the driver's seat, and quite frankly, if they're not great, nothing will be.
Broken elevator or broken AC?
Broken elevator.
Angry parent or angry owner?
Angry parent.
Marketing deadlines or accounting deadlines?
Accounting deadlines.
Bigger budgets or better residents?
Better residents.
You heard it here first. We're going back into LeaseCon, TurnCon 2025. Hi, this is Courtney Colegrove with Student Housing Insight. We're here at LeaseCon, TurnCon 2025 with
Jake Zaino with Caliber Living.
Awesome. And we're going to do a couple shit talks. Number one, what's more chaotic, a new development opening week or an acquisition first week transition?
Ooh, new development opening week, 100%.
Who's tougher to deal with, parents or residents?
Parents, 100%.
What's more stressful, setting rates or defending them?
Defending them.
Which is worse, being understaffed or over budget?
Understaffed.
What's the real villain, construction delays or unrealistic timelines?
Ooh, unrealistic timelines, yeah.
What's your hot take, concessions work or concessions ruin everything?
Concessions ruin everything.
Broken elevator or broken AC?
Broken elevator.
Angry parent or angry owner?
Angry owner.
Marketing deadlines or accounting deadlines?
Accounting deadlines.
Bigger budgets or better residents?
Better residents.
One word to describe move-in day.
Chaotic.
And what's the hill that you die on in student housing?
There's always a way to fill the property.
You heard it here. We're headed back into LeaseCon TurnCon 2025.
Well, again, thanks to both Jordan and Jake for taking some time out at the conference to have those conversations with you. So we've got several conferences that are coming up this year. I think most, one that's coming up probably the quickest is going to be Interface. Will you be there? Will you be doing shit talks at Interface? Should people be prepared?
The plan is to be at Interface, and we will be doing shit talks. So look for me. Don't run off, because I will come and find you, and we're gonna have our rapid fire questions and have these interviews and get them posted.
Well, I'm excited to hear that. John did his at Interface last year. He, we have to give him a little bit of shade because he went off script from the structure we talked about of the man of the street and had more of a long form 10, 15 minute conversation, sit down conversation. But he did have the questions lined up, and it wasn't the really fast fire type of thing, but it worked and everybody really liked it. I know it was a lot of work on his end. So it was, I really appreciate you guys taking the time out at these conferences and adding, this to what you're doing. And I think like you said at the beginning, I think it benefits everybody. It kind of gives a perspective that, maybe a lot of times these are not questions that we're asking at conferences. We're focused on, repping our companies or whatever, and not necessarily digging into these operations questions that I think are so absolutely vital to improving the industry that we're in. So, Courtney, any other final thoughts?
Happy to be here. Really looking forward to all that we accomplish in 2026 with the SHI Ambassadorship Program. Look for me at Interface and then NMHC later in the fall. Otherwise, just happy to be here in this space and looking forward to all that 2026 is going to bring.
Well, great. Well, thanks again, and we'll see you in Austin.
See you then.
All right. See you.